I've asked this, and I know that it's like a touchy subject. Totally get it. Totally acknowledge it. There are a lot of weird things that happen in sports. There are a lot of questionable human beings who make their way to the pinnacle of a sport. If you're the Phillies and you do sustain an injury, if a Zach Wheeler goes out, if a Ranger Suarez goes out, if there is a regression from Christopher Sanchez, if you can't trust Aaron Nola, and you don't have anybody readily available in the minors, there is one and only option that I could see, or that I'd say you at least have to kick the tires on, and it's Trevor Bauer. I know that there is a lot of baggage. I get it. And I don't want to talk about all of the accusations on this show because it'll end up getting flagged by YouTube for disturbing content or sensitive content. But like, totally get it. This team didn't fully cut bait with Odubel Herrera when he allegedly beat up his girlfriend, right? This team didn't sever ties with Brett Myers when there were significant concerns. When he just like somehow fell out of his pickup truck and hit his face or something. It just, just totally normal. That happens all the time. I'm not saying the Phillies are the kind of team that it would go out and get a guy like that. I'm not saying that they're a team that would, go out and try to push the envelope. But like when it comes to somebody who is an actual good pitcher, who has legitimate stuff, who could really solidify the middle part of your rotation, Trevor Bauer is that guy. I don't think the Phillies are going to want to touch him. I don't think they will. I don't think they're going to touch that situation with a 20-foot pole. But like to me, that's out there. Like you do, in theory, have that break glass in case of emergency guy available. I think he's effectively been blacklisted for Major League Baseball. I don't expect him to ever pitch in Major League Baseball again. He's been playing, he played in Japan, I think, and I think he was playing in Mexico. I don't see a scenario where he ends up here. But like, let's just play with his numbers here for a second. He's 10-0 in Mexico with a 2.48 ERA. Make of that what you will. But I come back and I say, I think it's worth it. I think it's at least worth a discussion. I'll go over really quick to some of the fine folks over in the comments, and then we're going to get the last thing, and then we're going to head out. Sean C. says, we talked about the Union running it back. The Phillies have essentially run it back twice since 2022. Subtract Segura, add Turner, subtract Hoskins. It's the same problems popping up for the third season, albeit 2 months earlier. Mr. Twitster checks in. First time catching it live. Good morning, Russ. Good morning, Mr. Twitster. Thank you for finding the show. Greatly appreciate it. Sean does not want Bauer. The only Bauer allowed is Jack. Where is he? That's just bigger than you and me. I miss 24. I miss good 24. Those were the days. Andrew Fawcett and Ford are both saying the same thing about Bauer, that he was found innocent, that it was fabricated. Pros have been given second chances for worse, like Michael Vick. Again, I don't want to get into all the accusations and into the he said, she said, and what was found and what was actually cleared and all that. There is still a reason that teams haven't gone back to Bauer. Again, given his stuff, given what he can do on the mound, there would and should be teams interested in him. There clearly is something else out there that teams are afraid of. And honestly, it might just be the PR hit. It legitimately could be. Here's the thing. In a city like Philly that gave Michael Vick a second chance, if the Phillies really needed rotation help going into the playoffs and they signed Trevor Bauer and they really took it on the chin for the PR disaster that it could be, and he goes out and he helps you win a World Series, guess what? Most of those Phillies fans who derided the team and the front office for going out and signing him, they're gonna celebrate the fact that they won the World Series all the same. I could be wrong. But we'll see. HC over here says, can we just start hockey season? I don't know if you want to start hockey season yet. I really don't. This is actually maybe the more interesting part. CT Landry says the Phillies clubhouse couldn't handle Bauer. A lot can't. Yeah, I mean, if you're gonna continue to be the team that talks about vibes, yeah, maybe maybe this locker room wouldn't exactly do well with him. That's totally possible.